Good morning and welcome to the Visibility Show. I'm your host, Melissa Groom, and I'm here today with my very special guest, Kay Hamilton, who is the Courage Activator. Hello, Kay.
Hello, Melissa. How are you?
It's always such a great pleasure to be with you, Kay. I'm just really love what you do to help people really to overcome all of their blocks and self-limiting beliefs that hold them back from being the very best that they can be. So it's just been an absolute joy to be working with you and seeing you shine online.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's been quite a journey, quite a process, and quite satisfying. Or what was the word? It's been a great journey. I've loved it.
Fulfilling.
Yes, fulfilling. Absolutely, that's the word.
So, can I just ask you, Kay, what helped you have the courage to be seen? Did you have to go through a process yourself, or were you just always comfortable in front of the camera and okay to speak online?
No, I wasn't always comfortable in front of the camera, and I always talk about my divine nudges, and that really is about listening to your inner voice, listening to those little seeds that come into your mind or come into your awareness. Those nudges, whatever form they come in, I'm a great believer in listening to them because they're there as our guidance, and we have to learn to trust those. So I guess for me, I wanted to do things and I knew that I was a leader. However, I was not evolved enough within myself to be the leader that I'm meant to be.
But you've got a background in teaching, so some people might say, well, it's all right with you, you're fine with getting up and speaking in front of people, but it's totally different when it comes to speaking on video, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm a primary school teacher. I'm used to talking to kinders and preps and grade 1s, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do all classes. I've been around for long enough to have had experience with all classes, and we all have our comfort zone. And when you're teaching, you're in the world of being in control, kind of control, but you're the one calling the shots. And deciding how the day's going or whatever's happening. Whereas social media is completely different. I've had to get some lights. I've had to work out what I can do so that I'm presenting well, how to say it, how to format a show, and all of those sorts of things are very, very terrifying at first.
Yes. And so, your background is in teaching, but you have your own business online now. You've set yourself up. You've learned these tools and skills, which is amazing. And, you've got little grandchildren now, so you can basically run your business from anywhere in the world the way you've set yourself up.
Well, that's correct. And my business with these beautiful Young Living essential oils means normally in a normal year, in the last few years, I've been traveling all around the world, traveling around Australia, traveling to events and expos. And I love travel. And I made a decision that I wanted to give myself a lot more say in how I spent my time in life, so that I wasn't stuck to a set job, set time, set job. I've got children. I live in Tasmania. I've got children who live in Victoria. I've got friends in Queensland, like Melissa Groom and all my lovely friends up there. And being able to work from home also means that you can work from wherever you are. So I just take my laptop with me, and you just set up shop or set up the scene wherever you go. And so it gives me a lot more flexibility, a lot more freedom in where I am and what I do with my time.
Yeah. So just take us through the process of, say, when you first started to have an online business, where you were then and what you've put in place to have the business that you have today.
So coming from a teaching background, I had a teaching head. I didn't have a teaching mindset, and I didn't have the skills, the expertise. I didn't know how to put myself out there. I also live in a very small community. It's a beautiful, quiet community, and I just love that. But it also means I'm not in the middle of a big, bustling city where I could, hold something and, maybe get a big audience. So online opens the door for somebody who is relatively isolated. Now, a great example for that is there's a lady in Young Living who was living in, I think, an outback community in the USA with 68 people in her community, and yet she went from being a farmer's wife, low access to a community, to rising through the ranks of Young Living and sharing her love and passion of oils online. And it's inspired a lot of us to realize, well, we can't say, I live in a small community, I've got no friends, really, because the world is our oyster when we become familiar and relaxed with our presence online. So I guess for me, I've spent a lot of time watching other people, going on webinars, doing videos, being in other people's groups. And I had then got myself to a stage where I thought, well, I'm following everybody else. I'm ready now. I want people to follow me. I want to have influence. I want to bring my skills and my passion for women to step into their power with purpose. I've had my own personal story in hiding behind the curtain of my fear and my low self-esteem. And now I'm on a mission to support other women to step out, and not just women, to men as well, to step out into life and to realize that there's more to life than, going to work, coming home, putting your feet up, watching the television. That's not my thing. And these days I'm now connecting with so many people. And beautiful connections with amazing people. So I think it's always a good idea to find someone who's got some expertise and start the journey wherever you're at and collect. I always talk about the tools that I have in my tool basket. And for me, it's, obviously lots of essential oils. And that's been part of my journey of transformation, because we have an oil called transformation. We have an oil called motivation. We have oils for calming, oils like I have an oil called Valor, and I put that on my wrists and use that in my aura before I go out. I do meditation. I think there's journaling. There's all those things that you need to come out with intention. And then another part of the step is always to have somebody who you feel is an expertise in their field. I went into your 30-day video challenge several times before I really made a decision I was going to take this a little bit more seriously. But even then I was impatient and I didn't walk through the video challenge fully. I took you on as my mentor, and within 2 weeks you said to me, Kay, you should start your own TV show. In 2 weeks.
What came up for you when I said that, Kay?
Oh, well, what came up for me was, oh my gosh, how am I going to do that? But I'm one of those, well, being a courage activator, I believe in, my motto is feel the fear and do it anyway. And if you stay in your mindset of playing small, you'll only ever play small. And no matter what we do, expanding and moving into a whole new arena is going to be uncomfortable because we're not used to it. So, you need to take some steps, get the right support around you so that you can, the encouragement from other people is just a marvelous thing. So, yes, I felt the fear, but I felt the fear and I did it anyway. And am I a raging success? Does the whole world know about me? No, but we've got to be patient and keep pursuing what our urges lead us to pursue.
Yes, and we don't necessarily need to be a household name or a celebrity to actually earn a good income. We just have to know where our target market is and know what they need and then take them on that journey. Mm-hmm. So tell us about your show and where you're hosting your show and what other things have you got in your business that can help people to transform, to be able to have the courage to be seen.
Okay, so I host my own live TV show, which I've done for over 12 months, and it's on a Tuesday night on Facebook called Activate Your Courage with Kay Hamilton. And on that show, I've been talking about a feature oil of the week, because essential oils are, what is it? They're the carriage of my business. That's the engine of my business, because they've helped me with my transformation. And in supporting other people to transform, I've got to bring essential oils into it, because they're just part of me these days, because I love their vibration. So so on my weekly show, I also offer a meditation, and it's always around activating your courage. So I walk through a powerful guided meditation, and then I offer my traditional essential oil readings. That's my thing. I will pull out an essential oil for somebody and give them a message of hope, give them a message that they need to hear.
Did they ask the question, or how does it work? Can you show
Well,
me?
when it's online, when I'm online, a lot of people don't ask a question. They say, yes, I want an oil, because everybody wants to know something about themselves. So I just tune into the energy, and, you sit on the other side and you don't really know what's going on in someone else's world. But for some reason, not for some reason, I know now, I just trust what I get, because you get that clarification. Yes, that's perfect. Just what I needed to hear. And then what I do is invite people into my oil wisdom community, where I can focus more on oils, and we have readings, we have Zoom calls. I have quite a tribe of women now who get on a Zoom call every Wednesday night, and that, it is a supportive community. And obviously, if people decide they want to use oils, we have a community where we share our stories, and it's very collaborative. It's not me being the boss dominating the scene. I might be imparting my wisdom or my expertise, because I've been around the oils for a lot longer than people who are joining my community. But what is happening now is that the women in my community are saying, well, guess what? I've used this oil and this happened, and oh my gosh, it's totally turned my life around. So I'm offering a place where people can come in to be supported. That is on a Wednesday night in my essential oil community. I'm also, I've got to backtrack, because recently on a Tuesday night, I'm in another group called our wellness community, and I go in there. I've only just dipped my toe in there, and I have a weekly show, and I talk about oils and what they can do, or I just target different topics and support people there. And I'm also on the Spiritual Events Directory here, which is the platform we're using now. I'm on there on a Thursday night, 7:15. And it's just a great way of connecting with people. Yeah. And I often get people who say, oh my gosh, I've been thinking about essential oils and you popped up on the page. And then they love to hear the story, because I always talk about Young Living, and I love the Young Living story. I really feel very, very close to my heart with its integrity, the organics, the sustainability. And I've got to visit farms all around the world, so I hear firsthand from farm managers, and I've planted plants. So it's for me, Young Living is my world, and I want to bring that out into the world for other people. But if I just didn't step further out, well, what would I be doing? What's that saying? I'd be a legend in my own lunchbox.
So your essential oils are, yes, a major part of your toolkit, but you have programs that you take women through, don't you?
I have hosted a masterclass called Activate Your Courage to be Seen. So what I want to do with the oils is demonstrate to other people that if you are on a mission to do what you and I are doing now, like if you're on a mission and you're in the fear of things, you can start using the oils. And I will be hosting more webinars, more programs to help other people. So my first one was called Activate Your Courage to be Seen and Heard.
Are you
because
still
I
doing
think,
the one-on-one sessions with people for
oh,
that?
oh yes, I do. Yes, yes, I do one-on-one sessions. So if people want a one-on-one transformational session,
So it's like an energy healing, a clearing, isn't it, that you do?
yeah, yeah. So what I do is I help you really lock into your own thoughts, whatever it is. Sometimes people say, "Oh, but I've got courage," and then they walk through a session with me and they go, "Oh my gosh, this is what's happened." And I'm not to blow my own trumpet, but I just seem to have this knack of being able to help pinpoint whatever it is. And I actually do it in a way that people drop in to themselves and they get their answers from within. Sometimes we're too close to ourselves to get those answers. But
Yes.
when you walk through a process with me, I offer some channeled a signature piece of artwork, divinely channeled, and I work with color, I work with essential oils, and I work with chakras, I work with meditation and intention, and I work in a way that people drop in and they come up with their own answers, because then it's a real experience. It's not me telling people, it's not me talking at people, it's a collaborative experience, and people find that they're very powerful. So I had one lady who said, I think she won a session from me, and she said, "Oh, look, I've got plenty of courage." And I said, "Oh, maybe you do. Yeah, that's good." And after a few more questions, then something a lot deeper came out. And she was so delighted because she had no idea that that was sitting in her space until we brought that to the forefront. And then we turned that around so that she could look at that from a new perspective. And I gave her some essential oil suggestions, and she bought a couple of I think she bought, oh, she might have bought two, I think, and she was away. And that was so good, because she went from being, "Oh, do I really need this?" to, "Oh, actually yes." And also expanding her ability. She wants to speak on a stage and on around the world, be an international speaker.
Yes.
So then you can, support people with, well, if you want to do this kind of thing, you can put some oils on to help raise your energy and your vibration, to help calm your nerves. There's an oil we have called Valor. Now, anyone who is a public speaker, Valor is going to help you really drop into a state of calm, but yet feeling really strong.
How quick does it take to work when you put the oils on?
Oh, they can work instantly. I've even got a lady who when she's one of my regulars, and she has bought oils herself. She's joined our community. She absolutely loves them. And if I've got an oil here that I'm talking about that she hasn't got, she'll say, "Kay, can you open the bottle, please? Because I want to smell, I want to get the energy." So even though we can't, we have, I don't know whether we'll ever evolve to a smellathon via Facebook, but she can pick up on the energy. There was someone else recently, the same thing happened. I just mentioned an oil in her reading and she just said, "Oh my gosh," energetically, she could feel that on a vibrational level. So
Really cool.
that was absolutely amazing. Yes.
You know how you're saying where the smellathon will come? I instantly thought about that scratch and sniff thing we used to
Oh,
have
yeah.
when we were kids.
Yes. Yes.
And instead of fortune cookies, you could pick a little card, and whatever you pick is the oil, and then you smell it.
Yes. Yeah, that would be nice. Unfortunately, those scratch and sniffs are not my favourite smells, because they're all synthetic.
Oh, no. I mean with the oils, with the pure
Yes.
essential oils.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. But anyway, so I just want people to know, even if you're doing videos perhaps and you think, well, I've got courage to be seen, but you're not at the level where you really want to, there's probably something emotionally holding you back that you don't even realize. So
yes.
perhaps if you're not making really good income with doing your videos, and you're not really putting yourself out there to be guest speakers on summits, and there's so many opportunities right now. In fact, more than ever in the next 2 years, there's going to be more opportunities than ever before to be a guest speaker, to run trainings for organizations, networking groups, as Kay said, the world truly is your oyster. And if you're not making really good money right now, then perhaps you need to see Kay, have a session with her, and then come and see me, and we can work on some strategies on how you can start increasing your income by spending less time on social media.
Yeah.
So we would love to find out in the comments what holds you back in regards to getting on video, because I'm giving away some tickets today to my next 30-day video challenge, which is on the 16th of November, Monday, the 16th of November. And we're currently live streaming across 3 platforms today on Spiritual Events Directory page, thanks to Sarah Watkins, who runs the Spirituality Show and gives us all this opportunity to reach a wider audience. She's worked extremely hard to build this platform of over 80,000 followers. And we're also streaming on my business page, Melissa Grimm, the Visibility Mentor, and Mums in Business Australia. So wherever you're watching from today or watching the replay, I want to say thank you and welcome, and just put in the comments if you want to win a ticket to the next 30-day video challenge. Tell me what holds you back, because you know what? I may end up throwing in a session with Kay too. We may work out a deal together. And
now you're talking. That sounds like a divine nudge.
Yeah, so you know, we're both so passionate about everybody. I guess what keeps me awake at night is knowing that there's people around the world that are really struggling and suffering, and they don't need to be. And they're searching for the answers. They've spent years, countless years, thousands of dollars trying to find the answer, and you may just have that answer. So that's why I love to work with people like Kay that can help you to really live your best life. And as I said, you're doing videos and you're making a bit of money here and there, or you're not making money, or you just want to smash it and just, you know, go to 6 or 7 figures. You know, you have to be doing continuous personal development on yourself and adding all these tools. It's constant. Kay and I are constantly working on our personal development. It won't ever stop to the day we die, because we evolve, technology evolves, new opportunities evolve, and we have to build our team to support us and put on our superwoman or superman suit so that we can go out there and soar and be amazing. So Kay, I just wanted to ask you, it's now time to put you in the hot seat with your business. Tell me a little bit about what you want to work towards and achieve in 2020, and then we can do a little bit of a brainstorming session about some strategies around that for you.
Yes. Well, thanks, Melissa. So I've got to the stage now where I would like to be doing more of what you're doing with me now. I've got people that I would like to put in the spotlight, and I will probably bring them into my Activate Your Courage show where I'm interviewing people. Have you got any other suggestions? Because I'm getting some nudges that I actually had a numerology and hand reading done recently, and the hand reader said to me, Kay, you need to think big and then think bigger. Think spiritual teacher. You know, he was kind of, he just looked at my hand and said, oh my gosh, you're going to live to a ripe old age. You've got a lot more years left in you. And I thought, well, that was one of those divine nudges. Numerologically, I'm a number 1, and I've been doing what I've been doing for 12 months, and I know that I'm ready to step in and to step out into another level of what I'm doing. So what suggestions might you have for that, Melissa?
Yes, well, one thing I can say, Kay, is that you have been consistent over the last 12 months, and the fact that you are now really comfortable with all the technology is such a bonus to you, because those jumping online now are just trying to navigate and learn how to do a video and where to look and where to post it, and you're way beyond that. So yes, doing interviews with other people is good if they've got an audience that has your target market. So be strategic on who you interview on your shows. Be strategic whenever we're on social media. You know this because we've worked together. Where do you spend your time? Is your target market there? Do you have a call to action? Do you have a funnel set up so that you can, funnel people either into your free Facebook group where you may give them a gift, which could be your a video, where people give you their email address and you start the conversation, and then you can invite them to be part of your Facebook group and continue to build that relationship. But if you're talking about thinking bigger, Kay, the instant thing, because I get downloads too, the thing that came down to me was panel shows and a summit.
Yes.
Things that have worked for me really well. And it always with me, you know, I might be the visibility mentor, but I focus on putting others in the spotlight, and that builds my brand. Look at Oprah, look at Ellen, like they've all done it.
Yes.
Right? So I would probably be looking at perhaps doing some feature panel shows alongside of your existing TV show, collaborating with people who have got your target market, are going to give massive value to your audience. And that can just be a one-off panel show, or it could be you may do it for a few months and trial it, see what works. You've got to align yourself with people who are going to promote it as much as what you are, because often you can get guests on their show and they don't do anything to promote it. And the idea is, so, you know, you've got to have the list of the criteria of coming on the panel show or coming on it's being interviewed, especially if you're not charging them for this, right? If you're not charging them for this, there should be a criteria that they do so many certain, you know, email blasts or promotions on social media, and be specific. Don't just say, I'll promote the show or promote the summit. Give them specifics, give them the images that with your branding on it, you know, because this is how influencers grow their audience, isn't it? They have, they send their brand into an influencer or, you know, a number of influencers, and they're flooding the marketplace with it. So with a panel show or a summit, just like we did with Sarah, or her expos she's been doing, so you call them a summit or an expo, a virtual expo, whatever you want to say, but it opens you up to a much, much bigger audience. You can build your database by getting people to register for the summit or the panel show. And the way you get them to register for it is you say, if you register for it, you're going to get a free gift. Now that could be a complimentary session with UK, right? So this is what I did with one of our International Women's Day summits. So on Eventbrite, where you've got register for the summit, then underneath it, you've got book a discovery call. It may not be a free reading, because we don't want to get into that. We you know, you give your little mini readings online as it is. You don't want to be doing more free readings. It's a discovery call of people who are serious and are really ready for transformation. So you've got to make it really clear what that's for. So only your target market applies for that. And they're the people that you want to take through your transformation program. They're like high-level clients that want to just smash through that glass ceiling, and they just don't want just a little activate your courage to be seen. These are women. You're saying you want to be a leader? Attract those same women who want to be that leader and are prepared to pay for that self-development. You have got value that you can give in not just one session. You can give them a package, you know, where they work with you. It takes 3 months minimum, often 6 months, for transformation and true, you know, progress, time to implement all of those things.
Yes.
So I would be positioning myself as someone who transforms. You saying you work with women and men, but it's very hard then to, you know, where do I hang out? How is my language? All that sort of stuff. So just for this particular session, we'll just say they're women in business that you can see perhaps they're running networking groups. Okay, they're already saying, I want to be a leader. I'm out there and I'm facilitating and running these groups, or they could be running Facebook groups, you know, and they are the administrator in there, and you can see that they're doing lives, but you can see that maybe they're doing really well, but they, like I said, maybe they're earning 6 figures, but they want to go to 7. But they want to smash through that limiting belief to think that, who am I to earn 7 figures, right? So activate your courage to be seen, I still think is great. But if you want to go to that next level too, it could, instead of rather than changing everything which you've got in, or you're copying everything now, it could just be possibly in your tagline.
Yes.
In specifying that, you know, you help women to transform into abundant leaders, or I'm not sure. You'll download the name for it, but can you see where I'm coming with this?
Yes.
And so obviously, you know, positioning yourself as a leader in anything we want to, as you know, working together, we want to put ourselves out there to be interviewed. So you would be looking at other podcasts, web TV shows, blogs, where you could, they're talking to leaders, women in business already. And you need to position yourself and network and mix with those high quality people. When I say high quality, I'm talking about people who are prepared to financially pay for the products and services that you offer. Okay? Because there are a lot of people that just want the free stuff, and there always will be.
Well, yes, but I believe that in an energy exchange, and if people are paying for something, they're more likely to value it, which means they're more likely to actually get the goods that they're putting out there. We see a lot of people who just want the freebies, and they're okay, but that's like playing in the sandpit to me. I'm ready to build the sandcastle.
Yes. And you invested a lot of money to get where you are in your business today, Kay, but you committed as well.
Yes.
Some people still pay the big money, but then they have things that are holding them back.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yes.
You could even possibly target people who have bought a lot of programs and paid a lot of money for self-development, but actually never got results.
Yes.
And you know what? A lot of people think, well, I've spent over $100,000 on courses and programs and going to events and mentors, and I'm not even making that. And they don't realize that it's actually not their fault. It's actually something that's going on in their subconscious mind. If only we could get them before they spend that $100,000. But they're probably not in enough pain to then sort of recognize that and want to work with you. So, you know, that could be some of your copy too. Have you spent tens of thousands of dollars on programs, events, but you're not making lots of money in your business? Then perhaps let's work together and see what we can do. And as you know, one session will give a Band-Aid effect. True transformation will be working with you for 3 or 6 months. And whether that means one-on-one for your high-level women that work with you, and then maybe a group program so you can leverage your time for people who, because you can cap yourself. You cap yourself when you're doing one-on-one, which is why I do the one-on-one or the group mentoring as well. So how does that feel for you to say, well, you're going to run a summit or do a panel show?
It feels like, is it really? But it feels exciting. So you've got to go with the excited feeling. That's the thing. You've got to know how to listen to, do I listen to the part that's, oh, can I do this? Or do you listen to the part, hey, that sounds awesome? And you always have to listen to the part where you feel like you're vibrating, where you get excited. You've got to follow the seeds of joy.
Yes. And I just want to say to you and everyone listening too, is that, when you hear someone like me say, just go and do a summit, and you go, oh, how the hell do I do that? I want you to know that the first summit that I ran, Kelly Kingston, who's a woman in business, came in and ran it for me, did all the techie stuff behind the scene, and I paid her to do it. So you don't even know I knew how to do it. I knew it would be too stressful. I interviewed 44 women over 2 days. It was a lot in 5 different countries, but that built my database and my reach very quickly.
Yes.
We got the amount of views that we did because Kelly was in the background sharing it into all the different groups. We didn't do any paid advertising. We got 35,000 views on that summit.
That's amazing.
So, you just know, don't try and do things on your own. And don't think that you have to have all the skills. Build the team of people behind you to create this. Look what Christine Innes has done with her Corporate Escapist. She's got the magazine, the TV, the podcast. She doesn't do it all herself. She's got a team.
Yes.
Same with me, with our magazine and TV show and podcast. There's going to be a team that I'm building behind the scenes. Otherwise, we try and kill ourselves trying to do everything, and it just will not work. So if you want to go to that next level, start thinking about who do I need in my team and start writing it down. Visualize it and then just write it down and put it out to the universe, and you will be surprised. No, you won't be, because you know how the universe works. The quality of our answers depends on the quality of our questions. So you'll be saying, okay, who do I need in my team? Who do I know that has a skill set? Or who do I know that knows someone who's got the skill set that I could ask? And then it could be just a matter of picking up the phone, the old fashioned, working together maybe with someone who's already got a bigger database, but they haven't thought about doing a summit together. Like, that would be my advice.
Yes. Well, I've actually made a decision. Don't know what's happened to the sound here. I've actually made a decision that I don't want to do anything on my own anymore. Yeah. I feel the way forward is to move with a group of people in collaboration with other people. So, and I know you're in our little co-creation hub. So that is another thing. We're having some really fruitful conversations with people who are recognizing that the way forward is very different than what we've been doing things in the past. It's becoming more and more apparent to me that we are all looking for community, and we don't all have 1,000 expertise. One of my concerns is when people say, oh yes, come to me and you'll earn the 6-figure. Well, within that you might get something from that person, but you also, I mean, one of my biggest challenges is promoting myself and having all that expertise with social media. It is not my expertise, and I'd rather be working collaboratively, either outsourcing or working with a group of people who want to work together. And actually, not this weekend, the following weekend, I'm going to a retreat with a lady who has set up her space, her retreat space. She's a photographer. And I've got another girl who's in my oils, and she has other expertise up her sleeve. And the price of the retreat was kept right down because the lady with the retreat wants people there to take photos so she can promote what she's doing. And one lady wants photos with what she's doing. So we're getting a mentoring session from her, and we'll all come out with photos that we can promote in our work as well. So it's a beautiful collaboration, and it's going to be a nice weekend away, right up my alley. And it's a lot of us coming together with we'll all have our own outcomes, but shared outcomes as well.
Yes. I love collaboration. It's the quickest way you're going to grow your business. But I was going to say too, I love, retreats. I think they're fantastic. And yes, some of us still have, certain, I won't say lockdown, but certain things we can't get to at the moment. But moving forward to 2021, I'm feeling very optimistic about Australia opening up anyway. Mm-hmm. And I would be thinking about, what retreats you could offer next year in 2021. So when you go to do whether it's your panel show or a summit, I'm thinking a summit, and you swing off that and do a panel show every now and then in conjunction with your existing TV show. And then marketing the retreat alongside that. So, think about what is it that you want to be doing in 2021 and write it all down. What do I want to do more of? Is it online programs? Is it maybe 2 or 3 retreats in the year? I might do one in Tasmania in the summer. I might do one up in Queensland in the winter, all those sorts of things. Because you've got a big network and a big following of people that, and you can take these women, that have done your program. That can be a bonus, that they come and spend 2 days with you actually physically to go through some of your transformational energetic healing work.
That's exactly right. So it's quite exciting. The world's our oyster if only we choose to take the action. We've got to step into our courage to take that action. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen.
Yes. So would that be okay if we collaborate together today to give a prize away?
Yes. I like that. And I love the spontaneity. Yes, that sounds excellent.
Okay, all right. So if you weren't listening before and you're just joining us, please let us know in the comments below what is holding you back from being visible or getting on video. What questions have you got? Just ask anything, and Kay and I will choose a winner. We'll run this. Let's run this until Sunday night because the power of sharing. We'll share this video if you can with your friends and let them know, because this round of the 30-day video challenge, we're giving away a GoPro thanks to our major sponsor, The Travel Show. And we've also got other amazing prizes that we give away every week just for showing up and being on video and giving your support and encouragement and feedback to the other members in the group. So Yes, it takes you, depending on your level of commitment, you get to watch a video from me every day, which goes around 2 or 3 minutes. There's one that may go for 10 throughout the whole 30 days. You could actually watch all the videos in one hit because they're in the units tab and probably take you an hour, and read the workbook over a cup of tea, and then just every day just turn up on camera. It's not about being perfect and polished like a TV presenter. It's just about showing up and getting comfortable being able to articulate your message and what you do, who you help and how. And yes, all the little bells and whistles, or the techie stuff that you're not sure about as well, which is constantly changing, but you're in an environment, in a safe, closed Facebook group, in an environment with other people who are also like new to doing video or have done the challenge before you, like someone like Kay. There's mentors in there who will pop in there and do their videos, and they're just there to inspire you and encourage you to keep going. Because as Kay said, you know, the world is your oyster. If you're not out there making money online, even if you don't have a program, everybody can offer a group program where you come on Zoom and you do a weekly group mentoring session, and you either ask questions or you teach something. Everybody can do that. You know, you don't have to have a big website set up and all of this expensive stuff that often marketers tell you to put in place. You got to start earning money so that you can then spend it to put those things in place. So,
well, I love the tip that I learnt from you about Linktree, because I've had untold issues with my website creation,
yes,
thousands of dollars later. And I realized that with Linktree, you can actually put all your links in Linktree and people can find you just through that.
yes.
And because I've got such an online presence, if people want to see me, they can just see me online to get to know me anyway. So I'm not convinced that I even need a website at the moment.
Well, actually, I did hear someone say the other day, you often go to a website once. So you've got to be where the people are, you know,
Yeah.
whatever platform that your target market hangs out on. But I would say, you know, to all of you, we really do need to create our own Facebook groups and start funneling people into that. And it's got to be very specific of why they're in there. If it's too broad and too general, like I won't go into a Facebook group generally unless I'm actually participating in a program and I know that I'm going to follow through, because there's just too many people offering too many things. So just be really, really specific about the outcome people are going to get by joining your Facebook group, and make sure you ask them for their email address. That doesn't give you permission to add them to your newsletter, but when you email them your free gift, which could be just a link to a YouTube video, which is private, then you can ask them, would they like to join your community and be sent updates, weekly guidance. You don't want to say join my newsletter. It's like, if you said to me, Kate, would you like me to send you spiritual guidance every week? I'd be like, hell yeah, because I'm your target market, you know? So when we change the language and the wording around the marketing that we've been taught, you know, have a newsletter and get subscribers. We're not numbers. We're sick of being a number. We're a person. We want to be invited to be part of your community and to you know, to learn from you and have your guidance. So they're my tips for you, just a little bit of a change in language. And pardon?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I just highly encourage you to go and connect with Kay over on her business page, Kay's Oils.
Yes, or my Activate Your Courage with Kay Hamilton. I have a page called Kay's Oils. I'm not actually really alive with that. Maybe I could put a link, my link tree in the comments at the end of this, because it's different places, and if anyone wants a discovery call, the link for that is in it. Everywhere you can find me, product guide, my website for Young Living. So I've got all the links, and you just have to choose which avenue you want to find me in.
Excellent, excellent. So actually put the link in the comments, Kay, and I'll copy it and put it up into the post above.
Okay, thank you.
And but make sure you comment below, because you were in the running to win a ticket to the 30-day challenge and an Activate Your Courage to be seen session with Kay Hamilton. So who would not want to win that?
Absolutely. I look
Thank you
forward
so
to it.
much, Kay. And thank you
you.
everyone for watching. We'll see you next Saturday at 12 p.m. Sydney time. And remember to shine bright because the world needs you. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and well.
Bye. Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome.